Guys, I've released new merch. To celebrate reaching 4 million subscribers, I've released 4 mil hoodies. They're so comfy. They're the highest quality merch I've ever released. It's all embroidered on the front, the 4 mil gold. It looks amazing. And the people that buy them will be in a very elite club because they are so limited edition. There is not many of them at all. They're available on sb737.store. Get them whilst you can. This is my 6,000 day hardcore world. And I've spent a lot of time doing a lot of things. And today we're going to see just how crazy some of those are. By reviewing statistics and telling you fun facts like I have killed 4.49 million mobs. That is kind of ridiculous to think about. I guess it's stuff like raid farms and the gold farm and the blaze farm. Basically, I make a lot of farms and I take out a lot of mobs. I'm sure I'll get to 5 million. But another thing I want to know is what is the block that I have broke more than anything? How many blocks have I broken in total with this most broken block? I'd like to guess netherrack, but it could be stone. It's got to be one of them, right? And the answer is, we can sort it. Stone. Stone has a record. 807,000 times I have mined stone. And then 759,000 netherrack. Close second. It's not far away at all. And then sand is the next one, and it's miles behind is sand and dirt, and snow layers is quite high. Snow layers is really high. I did not expect that. I guess when I've cleared areas in my world, I've had to break the snow layers, but even that doesn't seem that crazy. You'd think I'd have broken more grass blocks. There's only one reason I think snow layers is so high, and that is from this farm here. If I break snow layers, I can either get them, and you can see how crazily fast I can do it, or I get one snowball for each one. So maybe that's why it's so high, but I didn't expect that to be there. And I also have a collection here of over 80 notch apples, all dotted around my world. You know, there's some in the walls, some over there, some over there, one random one up here because I did run out of space, and then even more in this blackstone pyramid, as you can see all the way around. But how many have I actually eaten? Because I ate quite a lot when I went to take on the warden, and I ate a lot when I wanted to get in unlimited hearts. So let's see. It's going to be an interesting one. Probably also going to make me sad when I find out how many I've eaten. So, times used. Okay, let's go down to, well, I'll scroll till I find notch apples. Here we go. 57 times I have eaten a notch apple. Are you kidding me? That's kind of sad. I could have well over 100 in my collection if I hadn't done that. 57. Wow, that's way high. I thought it was going to be like 30 or something. I have eaten a lot of notch apples in my time. It just goes to show how many I've found in this world, because I still have a massive collection. And I guess it was to be expected that I have used a pickaxe more than anything else. 11 million times I've used a pickaxe. 11 million times I've used a netherite pickaxe. Let me just say again. 11 million times. Is that correct? I can't even see it because it's hold on a second. If I make the GUI smaller, no, they still overlap. I can't tell if it's 7,789,000 or 11 million. But it depends how many times I've crafted. I reckon it's 7,789,000, and I've crafted a netherite pickaxe 11 times. And a netherite shovel at 452,000. It's crazy. And then I've used 150,000 TNT. No way. That is a lot. And whilst I have mined more stone than anything else, you know, not quite a million, but 800,000. What is the item that I've actually picked up the most? That's an interesting one, isn't it? Because I don't pick up every single piece of stone I break because I don't have the space for it. I don't really know what to do with it. So what is the item that I've actually picked up the most? Is it netherrack? Is it stone? It's not what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you. But have a guess in your head anyway. What do you think it's going to be? So this is the times picked up. Sand. 910,000. 3 times as more as stone, as netherrack, sorry, and way more than stone. Why have I picked up so much sand? But I haven't mined that much sand. I've only mined 227,000 sand. But I've picked up, I don't know how to do that, it's literally that. But I've picked it up 910,000 times. Well, the answer is TNT. I use TNT to get sand now. I use it to blow up areas for it to be faster. So it speeds things up, but I still have to collect it and put it in shulker boxes. So it's not going to be far away until I get to 1 million sand. I'm looking forward to starting to get into the 1 million clubs in the blocks. I want to make sure I get to the point where I've broken 1 million blocks. Like a million netherrack or a million stone. That's probably the most likely one. And then I want to get to the point where I have collected over 1 million sand as well. Those are like, I have to be 2 goals in 7,000 days. I think that's got to be it, hasn't it? And the item crafted the most, I bet it's TNT. If I had to guess, I'm saying TNT. Bone meal. Oh, I didn't see that coming. And redstone dust. I've crafted redstone dust. No, there's not. How can you craft redstone dust unless I crafted it from redstone blocks into redstone dust, maybe? But bone meal, that makes sense, and I'll tell you why it makes sense. Because if I head down here and go through this portal and then fly all the way along this corridor, all the way to the end, yes, we are going to the EOL farm, not to the actual EOL farm. We're just going to head down to the storage just to give you a bit of an explanation as to why I have managed to craft so much bone meal. I think it's along here, somewhere around here. Bones. You get so many bones from the AOL farm, and apparently ice somewhere in there. Yeah, loads and loads and loads. So, and that is what is the secret to me getting so much, being able to get so much bone meal. It's great. I never have to make a bone meal farm ever again because I just have infinite bones. And why do I need so much bone meal? Where's it all gone? Where has 200,000 bone meal gone? Because obviously the benefit of bone meal is you can make things grow instantly. I mean, I have done it for like nano wheat farms and stuff like that, little things like that, but I think the two main things I can think of where, yeah, that's where most of the bone meal has gone, are a couple of farms that spawn, such as this tree farm. It has a dispenser at the back, which is just constantly sending out, well, you can't even see it there, can you? You know, it'd be better if I just came around here to show you. Well, there's a tree in the way, would you believe it? But here, look at that, full of bone meal. And it's I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, full of bone meal. So that is just constantly dispensing bone meal. It goes through bone meal pretty quick. How's the chest looking? Chest has got a little bit in, but I actually hooked it up to this bone meal farm here, which was, I know you can say pumpkins, but it's pretty much a melon farm, which collects all of the melons and then puts them into the hoppers. So if we just make a little thing here, puts them into these hoppers. What's underneath the hoppers? You can't see underneath. There's composters. Yeah, the composters. Don't know if you can see anywhere here. But trust me, there is composters. There you go. And then they fill the composters, and then the compost, and then it produces bone meal, sends it into the farm. So that was the idea behind that. Stopped using this bone meal farm once I made an EOL farm though, because it was like, there is no point. There's no point bothering with it basically. So I just left it alone after that. And then the other culprit has got to be the dirt farm. Yeah, a pointless farm in a way. No, it's not a pointless farm. It's very useful to have unlimited dirt sometimes, just when you need it. So this is a heck of a farm. I tell you what, designed by Cubic Meter, and it's a crazy powerful farm, and it uses so much bone meal. So I am well stocked. Not in there. Have I used? Okay, you can see there is still shulker boxes and stuff full of bone meal lined up. So we're not short on bone meal, and the whole thing, not in there, but the whole thing's just full of bone meal, as you can see, loads and loads of it. So that's probably another reason why I had to craft loads of it. But you have to manually craft bone meal and stuff. So that's quite a lot of it, really. I'm impressed. And I think another interesting page is always the mobs one. And take a guess. What is the mob that I've killed more than any other one? If I had to guess, I'm gonna say it's a pigman. It's got to be the pigman, right? I have a gold farm. It has to be them. I can't think of what else it could be. Or pillagers. Could it be pillagers? I think pillagers are going to be second, but I don't think I've taken out enough pillagers. Or guardians. No, guardians are going to be third, I think. I think it goes pigmen, pillagers, guardians. No, I'm going to put guardians above the pillagers. They're my top three. Let's see. So 30,000 blaze. That's quite a high one. 44,000 creepers. Okay, that's above blaze. 263,000 evokers. I think I've made the right decision with pillagers. I think pillagers might even be the most. 166,000. So evokers is above guardians. Okay, it's got to be the pigmen. 1,000 pandas. Man, I sound evil. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, you've caught me. I've taken out 1,000 pandas in my world. That is a little bit evil. It was when I was trying to get a brown panda. It was for the greater good, all right? 1,470,398 pillagers. That's from the raid farm. That might be the winner. That might just be the winner. There's only one that can stop it now. Can the pigmen stop it? I also want to see what the... Not slimes. I want to see what the Ravagers are. I've gone past Ravager. I guess Ravager wasn't that... Oh, 36 Ravagers. Oh, because the Wait, that doesn't make sense. I'm pretty sure I get the kill credit when a Ravager gets blown up. But I guess I'm not killing the Ravager. I get the XP from it, but it gets hit by TNT and it dies to fall damage, so maybe that doesn't count as killing it. That can be the only thing I'm thinking of. 1.1 million Vindicators. Wow. Come on, pigmen. 18,000. That was a letdown. I look like an idiot now. All right, guys, I can explain, all right? Let me explain my thought process as to why I thought the pigmen were going to be the winner, all right? I look like a right idiot now. It's one of the lowest ones out of all of them. Basically, as you probably know, I have a gold farm up here. It was one of the first farms I made, actually. I think I made it in 200 days. It's a great... It gets you gold. It gets you loads of XP. I love it, okay? And so you get XP, which means you're getting the kill credit for this. If you make pigmen angry and then they die, you get the XP from them. All right? Great stuff. Great stuff. So the way they die is they're angry at you and they fall into this where there's like 16 minecarts, probably more than that, 20, 24 minecarts or something. You fall in there. Due to entity cramming, they take damage and they die. And then I get the XP from them. Fantastic. So I thought every time they were falling in there, I was getting the kill credit every time for it. So the statistics would say that I've taken them out. Turns out, no. I haven't. I bet more than 1 million have died from this, maybe, because I've spent a lot of time here, but not got the kill credit. So where do those 18,000 come from? I'll tell you where I've taken out 18,000, physically taken them out. I can only think of one place. And the way to get to that one place is to follow the Blackstone slabs, okay? That's what I'm going to go ahead and keep going along. The Blackstone slabs will lead the way as to how exactly I managed to take out 30,000 of them. So once we get to the end of here, we will see. The fortress farm. Alrighty. Now, how does the fortress farm work? Well, if I just go ahead, nip down here, the lights are off, which means the farm should be working in theory. So if I go up here, yeah, look at these blades are coming through. So not only do blades come through, as you can see, pigmen as well. So this will be where I'm getting the credit for this, okay? Let's grab a sword as well. So I'm taking out not just blazes, pigmen as well, and that'll be where the 30,000 come from. It's all adding up, okay? Interesting stuff. But it's crazy how fast the raid farm is. The fact that I've managed to take out 1 million pillagers and 1 million vindicators, I think was another one. That's crazy. And I don't know. So I have a few raid farms. The first one is this raid farm, designed by Razework, made fairly early on in the lifetime of my hardcore world, maybe 300 days, something like that. I can't remember exactly when. So yeah, very solid raid farm. You know, not the fastest. So that will allow me to take out loads of pillagers and vindicators and evokers and all that good stuff. But then I made a stacking raid farm, which is much faster. And here that is. Very cool farm. Took a long time to build. I think I made it around 3,300 days. Got me loads of emeralds, made an emerald palace out of it. Fantastic stuff. But yeah, really do like this farm. So I spent a lot of time on it, and that is probably where I got way more of the vindicators. But, excuse me, there is then the third one, which is what has allowed me to get over 1,000 levels in my world, because I built the fastest XP farm that anybody else has in the newer versions of Minecraft. And that is this baby right here. It's basically the Cronus Raid Farm version 3, but it's been modified by Garlic Bread to have it so that the Ravagers get separated and pushed down there, but they've already been hit with a TNT that I've lighted with an arrow. So because I've lit it with an arrow, when the TNT blows up, the Ravagers get damaged, and then when they get the die at the bottom, the XP falls down there. So their higher value XP orbs come up here, up where I'm stood, and then I can just use them, basically. I can use them, and I'll gain XP at a faster rate than I would if I was getting XP from mobs that drop lower value XP orbs. But I don't know if I get the kill credit for any of the Vindicators, Evokers, Pillagers, or anything on this farm, and because I haven't got the kill credit for the Ravagers quite clearly. So that's an interesting one, but maybe it's just from the old raid farm and the very old raid farm that I've taken out 1 million Vindicators and Pillagers. Anyway, more stats. Which mob has killed me the most? Oh, wait. None of them. Yeah, that's right, mobs. You're all rubbish, okay? I kind of want to see if there's any mobs I've taken out that it's horrible. Like, I've killed a wolf. I don't remember killing a wolf, but that's horrible. Is there any that I've never killed? That's a good question. I was hoping there'd be at least one, but it's not looking good. Even the polar bears have been killed at least once. I'm evil. I'm even a donkey. Why would I do that? Why would I kill cats? A bee? Why have I done this? I don't know. I'm evil. I couldn't just leave someone to go in peace. Now, the general one, this is always a very interesting one. For example, the distance flown. So this distance flown, I always wondered what that meant. It basically, when you're in the air, say you jump, and as you're like falling and moving forward, like that's classed as flown in the stats for some reason. Test it out. It's a really weird one. Like if you go and sprint jump around the world, you'll see that number go up. I don't get it. But the distance flown by Elytra, 21,474 kilometers. How far is that in blocks? Well, 1 block is 1 meter. 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters, which is 1,000 blocks. So So it's that number times 1,000, which I could probably work out. Is it going to be 21 million? 21,474,000 blocks. That is how far I have flown in my world. 21 million blocks, which makes kind of the size of Minecraft seem crazy, because if I, from the center of the world, flew 21 million blocks, I wouldn't reach the end of the world. I wouldn't reach the world border, because it's 33 million blocks. I think it's 33. It's just 30 million. I tell a lie. Okay, it's not 33 million. But still, how much did I do? I forgot the amount. 21 million blocks I've flown, and I still haven't flown enough to reach the world border. That is, I mean, it's still a crazy amount of blocks, but yeah. How many have I walked then? That's another good question. I've sprinted 2.7 million blocks, and then almost the same amount has been walked as well, 2.4 million. How much has been crouched? I still 500,000. That's a lot of blocks as well. Wow. Didn't expect all of this, you know. 0. Never ridden a pig, apparently. Should I change that? I'm actually technically recording this in a copy of my world, so whatever I do isn't canon, unfortunately. But I still want to see if I can find a saddle. I don't actually know if I have any saddles knocking about. They're not the kind of thing I store anywhere that I know. That I can think of, anyway. Do I have saddles knocking about? If they were going to be in a chest, they would have been in one of them. The only other place I can think of where there might be a saddle... And this is worrying that I don't have a saddle anywhere, is it? But maybe one of these... The thing is, I get millions of saddles from raids and stuff, but I destroy them all because, you know, there's no point to them. So, apparently, no saddles. Don't worry, I know where I can find one. And whilst I'm in the vicinity before I leave, I should probably grab a few sticks and a couple of pieces of string. So as a carrot, so that I can go ahead and make myself a carrot on a stick, because that will allow me to travel a bit with the pig. Now then, where is... First of all, I need to find a pig, and I'll also need to find the saddle. Well, good news is, I managed to find a place where there's a saddle. Inside this chest by my bed. Fantastic. I knew I'd keep some of them somewhere. I just couldn't think where. Oh, by the way, guys, if you like the 6,000 days post and you haven't got it, there's still a few signed copies left, signed by me, so feel free to order one if you'd like. They'll probably be going off in the next few days, being sold out in the next few days, so yeah, just thought I'd let you know. Now then, where's the willing pig? The willing pig that's going to break his... Well, change history. Not really, because it's not canon, but... Da-da! 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 We've done it! Ladies and gentlemen, we've actually gone and rode a pig. And the statistic has gone up. We've now done 12 meters, which is 12 blocks. Fantastic. I've also jumped 998,000 times, nearly a million. 1,500 more jumps, and I've reached a million. So I just do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can't be bothered, all right? I just naturally jump around as I'm doing it. It'll happen eventually. It'll happen in the next few... Well, next few 100 days or something. Well, the next, not too long, I'll have that many, but it ain't going to be today. And time played is 65.93 days, nearly 66 days. You notice time since last Nether is the same. If you've never died, then that number just says the same amount as the amount of time you've played in the world. It just does that on all worlds. And how long is that number? How many hours have I actually spent? Because 66 solid days, 66 times 24, 1,584 hours I've spent in this world. 1,584 hours I have spent playing Minecraft in this world. What on earth have I done with my life? I can't believe it. It's madness. 1,584 hours. I could have done so many other things. No, I'll tell you what, though. It's been amazing for my world to spend that much time in. It's been amazing for my channel. It's been a lot of fun. And who knows, maybe I'll be spending another 1,584 hours. Maybe I definitely get to 2,000 hours, I think. Maybe even 3,000 hours. Who knows? But, wow, that's some grind, ladies and gentlemen. That is a crazy number. I've also started 50,000 raids. Makes sense from the raid farms. But only actually won 2,400 of them, which... I guess you don't win all the raids when you're spawning loads on a raid stacking farm. You just spawn a load and then win one, and then the other ones despawn. And 85,000 times I've traded with villagers. They love me. I keep the economy going, ladies and gentlemen. I keep the economy going. I wonder if that counts with void traders. If you void trade with them, does the statistic go up? You know what? I'm testing it. That's the only way to know, isn't it? We could question it for all eternity, but no, I want to know for sure. To be honest, I could probably have tested my other questions about, oh, does it go up when I use the raid farm at this raid farm? They would be cool questions to get the answer to. I can't be bothered to go and use the Ravager farm because I don't have enough TNT for it at the moment, so I'd have to go get TNT, and that'll just have to be a mystery for now, but I'll one day confirm it and find out. So let's head to the end, and then just to the left over here. Don't know if I should get rid of all these Ender Dragons at some point as well. It was cool having 100 Ender Dragons at some point, but Maybe maybe it's overstayed its welcome. Who knows? Anyway, oh, okay. Well, that's the problem with the Void Trader. It's easy to just keep going through the polls, but no. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a few emeralds, and then I'll see what the number is. 85,362. Remember that number. I actually can't remember that number, so I'm going to type it out so I don't forget it. Then I'll select this fella right here and trade with him to get a bunch of redstone. So I've traded with him 6 times there, which means if it's worked, it should say 85,368, 85,426. What on earth has just happened there? I can only guess that it's not each trade, but yeah, it's each time you use an emerald for something. So, yeah, this is that right? 85,426. So every time I give someone an emerald, I've traded 85,426 of the left item, I guess. Let's say I give you 24 paper, that's 1 trade. But each time I was shift clicking, so I was actually trading 12 times each time. So I traded 64 emeralds, which means it was 64 trades. That makes sense. So, to be honest, it's probably, well, it does work at the Void Trader, which is good to know. And I reckon I could get 200,000 emeralds traded eventually as well. The Void Trader's probably sped that number up absolutely loads. So yeah, that was all my statistics, at least the ones that I think are interesting. If I missed any cool ones and you want me to make a follow-up video or ask me any questions about other stats, let me know. Get yourself a poster, subscribe to this channel, trying to hit 500k. Thanks for watching. See you next time.